Hello everyone, welcome to Fast Track on Herald Global. I am Saimik Sen. Joining us today, Mr. Shalendra Vasudeva, Chief Marketing Officer of Inviya Indorama Industries Limited. Okay, Mr. Vasudeva, first of all, thank you so much for taking out this time for us. Welcome to Herald Global.
Thank you so much. It's absolutely my pleasure.
Okay, so first of all, congratulations for the launch of India's third manufacturing plant in Baddi, Himachal Pradesh.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, our journey started around 10, 11 years back, and we started with a modest first plant capacity of around 13 tons per day. And with the passage of time and with a lot of efforts from our management and the local leadership team and everyone in the team, whom we proudly call Inviyans, now we have three manufacturing sites and produce almost 60 tons, 60,000 kilograms of bare spandex every day.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to ask you. This third manufacturing plant, how does it fits in with the overall company strategy?
When we decided to invest in spandex business in India, our plan was to have three plants. So we knew right in 2010-11 that with time will put up additional capacity and we would need three plants, at least three plants in India to cater to the increasing requirement of fashion, lifestyle, and hygiene industry in India. And we have not been proven wrong. There has been a lot of growth. There's been a lot of demand of spandex in India and the subcontinent. When I say Indian subcontinent, it includes countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh also, because there is no spandex production in those countries. Most of the customer tell the India is a big brother.
Okay.
So we supply to these countries also from our manufacturing unit here.
Sure. I wanted to ask you something on that as well. I was doing some kind of research. Okay, so the biggest top, three importers in the world are Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Vietnam. Okay, for spandex itself. So, what are your strategies for those markets? Since you spoke already about the global market scenario.
So, Vietnam exports to many countries in Asia and also to Africa and to Turkey.
Sure.
We have our presence in Bangladesh. We have our presence in Indonesia. We have our presence in Turkey, Egypt. In fact, the origin of Indorama goes back to Indonesia. Our first manufacturing facility was in Indonesia. We still exist, and we started our business in year 1975-1976 in Indonesia. So from Indonesia, we have spread to so many countries now. We have manufacturing in Thailand. We have manufacturing in India. We have manufacturing in many Asian countries. We have manufacturing in Central Asian countries like Uzbekistan. So we have covered the globe by investing in various places in the world in different products.
Okay. So can you share your experience as a CMO of Inviya?
It can't be expressed in words. It's actually an emotion.
You can express your emotions.
I relocated to India for this business way back in 2011.
Sure.
And then the challenge was to set up the product, set up the distribution channel, meet all the key customers, inspire confidence among them that this product will now be produced in India. Because before we started production of this product in India, entire quantity of spandex was imported.
Sure.
So that's why when we started this, we came up with a tagline, the new freedom fiber. So it gives the producer, the consumers, freedom to source locally. They were not bound to import from other countries. So that's how our tagline came in. And we were welcomed by all producers, and we got great support from them in terms of product evaluation, trial, and that's how the journey continued. With time, we put up the second plant. Now we have our distribution centers in Ludhiana, Tirupur, Calcutta, Surat. Our warehouses are there. We have our respective sales team and technical services team, which does the troubleshooting and helps customer to develop new products at all these places.
Okay. So what are the key milestones of the company in these years?
The most important was starting to produce it in India, which was a landmark moment for India that this product got produced in India for the first time on 25th March 2012. And after that, of course, we have added new capacities, but we have also added new products to our portfolio. We produce product for baby diapers and adult diapers. So we still are the only company in India which produces spandex for this application. The rest, whatever quantity we produced is sold here, and remaining quantity which is required by Indian producers of diapers is still imported. So we are trying to increase our capacity in that segment also.
Okay.
We have got into production of recycled spandex, which is again a milestone for us. Yeah.
True. Sure.
Yeah, we collect the pre-consumer waste from our customers and chemically dissolve that into various components and then produce recycled spandex. It's RCA certified products and it's in great demand. We already have got approval from many international brands like Gap and Bestseller for this product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you stay up to date with the latest marketing trends and technologies?
We have our team. We do a lot of market research. We are engaged even with fashion institutes like NIFT. So recently we launched a new program with them that every year we shall have a program with them. Some top 10 creative brains will be given due recognition. So that's how we keep updated about the new tech terms, new trends in fashion and technology by interacting with the new generation people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is Inviya performing in other global markets?
Our major market is India, and that's why we invested in India, because there was no one else producing here. But with a period of time, we also Indorama has a characteristic of exporting all the products to globe. It's been happening since last 45 years, ever since we started production in Indonesia of different products. So we identified which are the key markets where we see the growth in clothing and textile industry, and zeroed down on certain markets like Bangladesh, which has a very vibrant clothing and fashion industry. We identified Turkey, which is a gateway to Europe. So we have a lot of customers in Turkey. We have identified Italy, which is a front runner in the fashion industry. We identified Sri Lanka, in spite of the economic problem which that country has been facing in the last few years, but we still believe that that country has got a great potential to bounce back. So there are various factors. We have a matrix that why and where we should go and sell our product, where we should have more customers. And we identify, we reach at a conclusion by certain set of rules that if the country has this much population, if that country has been importing this much quantity of spandex over past few years, so when we see a growth and how was that country positioned in terms of trade agreement with some bigger countries or richer countries.
Okay.
So that's why Bangladesh and Turkey qualify in that.
Okay. So what are the key features and advantages of NuFit, which launched diaper grade spandex?
Yes. It's a product which was, as I mentioned, was one of the milestone. We launched it in beginning of June last year at one of the event of hygiene industry in Delhi. We started the commercial production of this product sometime in end of 2021, and then it's a hygienically proven product. It is sensitive. It qualifies each and everything which is required for intimate contact for babies.
Okay.
So this statement probably sums everything. What are the kind of chemicals which are prohibited? So we can't use those. And this certification has already been received and appreciated by all our customers of this product. We have some multinational companies using this product in India. And the largest producer of diaper in India, an Indian company, has been using our product since last 7 to 8 months.
Okay.
And India has a very low diaper penetration. And as there's upward mobility, higher disposable income coming up in India, the use of diaper is going to increase. And we ourselves have observed that the number of diaper machines, they have increased in India. And the trend continues.
Okay. So you mentioned about India. So can you tell us some more challenges that you're facing out here in this market itself?
Oh, we have a competition from imports.
Okay. Sure. Of course, that is there.
Yeah, because the world is open now, so anybody can export to India. So we feel that, but we are prepared to handle that. What we provide, no one else can provide, like technical services, customer relationship building, and the trust on the domestic company. So these are things which can't be replaced. Our product is not a commodity product; it's a tailor-made specialty product. So when there is a tailor-made product, there's a need for a great technical understanding between our team and the customer's operation team, and which, being in India and present at many places, like I mentioned, Ludhiana, Tirupur, Surat, Calcutta, Mumbai. So we can provide that. That's in our DNA. We treat customer at the foremost thing of our business.
Okay. So is there any strategy in terms of creating awareness you just spoke about?
We have a great social media presence. We conduct a lot of informative seminars, even outside India. Last year in June, Bangladesh, we had a seminar involving many knitting customers. So a lot of knitting people who have knitting machines at entrepreneur level and at technical level, they attended our information dissemination seminar in Bangladesh. And we regularly keep our customers updated by regular interaction. And we also have some electronic modules to share the information in terms of best practices in this industry, how to use the spandex, what are the precautions they need to take. So it all goes almost seamlessly. And now, as I mentioned, that we have got a association with NIFT, so these things will get more prominent, which will be seen in the media also.
Okay.
So because so far our efforts have mainly been on B2B basis.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are now adding a consumer angle to this.
So exactly, I wanted to ask you about that. Like, is there any consumer angle and any kind of particular strategy that you are following, or do you have some future plans for it? Which of course, I'm going to ask you in any which ways. So that's what I wanted to know actually.
See, the textile industry is extremely fragmented. Somebody makes the yarn, and our kind of yarn needs to be converted into a more suitable yarn to be used in fabric. So since it's very fragmented, our immediate customer, our immediate relationship is mainly with industrial consumers. So that's why I call it's mainly B2B marketing. And B2B marketing, it's extremely personalized. Each transaction is a project. Unlike in a fast-moving consumer good, there's nothing, no differentiator between transaction of yesterday and transaction of today, as long as the price is agreeable. But in our case, each transaction is like a project. So we have to take care of that. And then once we have reached that stage, we have reached a stage where we have built sufficient capacity. Now we are trying to add the consumer angle by involving younger generation, creative brains, and we are trying to involve the fashion people. We are trying to involve the merchandiser, the current students who will work in the industry at a later stage.
Okay. So what kind of technical superiority does Inviya possess as compared to its competition?
Our product is suitable for use with any textile fiber, be it cotton, be it viscose rayon, be it nylon, be it polyester, or be it a blend of different products like polyester viscose or polyester wool. So that's one of the technical superiority. Means one product is suitable. It's resistant to high temperature. It doesn't lose its elasticity. It can be washed multiple times. It maintains its drapes when in the form of the garment.
Okay. So Inviya has collaborated with 18 NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology. So can you tell us more about it?
It just started, so we would refrain from making any comment on that. It just started.
But it's a good initiative, I must say.
Thank you so much for appreciating it. Yes, when we went for press release, I also got a lot of creative remarks about it, that this is something which was need of the hour. So I hope that we take it to the level at which we have thought, but it's a long way to. It just began. It was released only 2.5 weeks back.
Okay.
And the first set of collection would be ready sometime in this month. That's why I requested that we would probably like to refrain from making any further remark on this project.
Okay. So what steps would you take to ensure Inviya remains competitive?
We have extremely high focus on cost competitiveness, operational efficiencies, and focus on the customer relationship. So if you are able to take care of these things, you produce material at a reasonable cost without compromising anything on the quality, and stay engaged with your customers. That's the perfect business model.
Okay. So
produce at the reasonable cost, good product which is required and appreciated by customers, and not let your customers go by. So you complete the circle.
Okay. So my last question to you: what are the future plans? What is next?
Our third plant just got operational few months back, right?
Okay.
Once we are able to successfully place the entire quantity on a consistent basis in India, we have a scope to add another plant in India, and we have plan also.
Okay.
That could be possible in 2025 or 2026, depending on how India places itself in the clothing market to the world, how much business actually comes to India by the so-called China plus one policy of the Western world, the end retailers. So if that happens, even if the 10% of the Chinese volume comes to India, we are going to see explosive growth in India for production of garments and fabric and yarn. So if that happens, we would definitely be going ahead with our another capacity expansion. We already have a land for it.
Okay. So I already told you that was my last question, but I think I should ask
You can please. No worries.
Okay. So I just want to know, like, do you have any suggestions to the government in terms of some kind of steps for the improvement of your industry? Like you're like a veteran in this industry for such a long time. So that is my last question. I just wanted to ask you.
I think government is taking some very reasonable steps to invite the investment in this industry. See, India has got a huge population and there is still a problem of unemployment. If you have to employ 1,000 people and you compare various industries, the textiles or garments would be the one which will require the minimum investment and it will be able to employ that number of people. The garment industry also is very friendly for women. So there is no gender level. You can have a male or female, anyone can be hired. So by low investment, you can have a lot of people, and it also provides opportunity to hire women.
Okay.
So a lot of schemes, PM Mitra scheme, textile parks have come up, and I think these schemes, this initiative will start showing result in next 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
I'm very hopeful about the very constructive policies of the government of India.
Okay, of course.
The textile ministry, the bureaucracy is very active. We can approach them whenever we have any problem. We can approach them, and we don't get disappointed.
Lovely. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Vasudeva. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you once again for taking out this time for us.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is absolutely mine. Thank you.
Thank you.